Yeah, so the Conservancy was started in 1983 by some folks that had homes out here, and they recognized the incredible beauty of the island. None of them were scientists, which is pretty amazing considering how they recognized the importance of the ecology and how all the animals and the wildlife and the habitats were all linked.
Definitely being here on a barrier island, I feel like is really different from other conservation organizations.
We're not just traveling to locations and working remotely from those. We're actually trying to investigate everything that's around us. The current mission is we discover, learn, conserve, and preserve. And the we in our current mission statement is very important because it's all encompassing. Not just staff, not just interns, it's everybody on the island.
So the Turtle Trot is our weekly 5K race, and we do those every Wednesday in the summer. And it's a really cool way to bring people that don't really know about the Conservancy onto our campus. The development team at the Bald Head Island Conservancy is one of the handful of fundraising opportunities here at the Bald Head Island Conservancy. We run the membership program, the Adopt-A program, the annual fund. We do events such as the Turtle Trot, but everything that we fundraise for goes to our general operations, which basically helps to run the Bald Head Island Conservancy. Something that I love sharing, that if you're in fundraising, you have to be passionate about what you're fundraising for. So I was so fortunate to stumble upon a July 4th auction win and talk to members of the team and then apply for the job. And I love it.
So the goal of the Bald Head Island Conservancy's education department is definitely to have people experience the island. Whether it's their first time or their 10th time, maybe experience the nature or something that they haven't seen before.
It is a great way to inspire the next generation to save the earth. I think science is really important, but it's also really important that we communicate science.
That's what makes her a girl. She's got that big apron where this guy has like a tower.
I really enjoy especially leading the kids programs because I know that the educators in my life when I was young really made an impact on how I lived, and I want to hope to kind of do the same for kids who come here, because when you get a 5 or 6-year-old really excited about nature, that's something that's going to stay with them for a long time, and then maybe they'll be sitting in this chair 10 years from there. No matter how much one person does, they're only one person. So in my eyes, education is taking that one person and multiplying them and helping them spread their impact tenfold.
So the conservation team is responsible for a few different sides of what we do at the Conservancy. One part of that is the Sea Turtle Protection Program. And then we also have a contract with the Village of Bald Head Island, which covers environmental services for the village as a whole.
So a typical day for conservation, it's kind of just, it varies day to day, to be honest with you. Throughout the year, we do a variety of different things, such as forest work, salt marsh work, and beach work.
As a conservation intern, we do a lot of surveys. We do alligator spotlight surveys, we do deer spotlight surveys, and that helps us get an idea of the populations living on island. So we usually start around 8 o'clock at night, just a little bit after the sunset, depending on season, and we go in our golf carts with spotlights, and we just look and we see what all we can find out there that night. So for my intern project, I focused on the marsh ecosystem that we have, and with the help of a bunch of the other interns and staff, I went out and got samples collected from different areas in the marsh, and from those samples we can see how much carbon we think will be stored there. It was probably one of the toughest environments that I've ever worked in. I think that I've done quite a lot of field work, but this was definitely something that opened my eyes to how down and dirty you have to get at some moments in science.
I feel like this is a pretty good representative example.
I expected absolutely no one to want to go out with me in the hot, muddy, buggy marsh, but I had 7 people that day who wanted to go out. It was some of their day off, so it was just a fun day overall, I think, and one that we won't forget.
My role in the gift shop is customer service. I'm the first person they see when they come in the door because the counter is right in front of the entrance. So I'm to be pleasant and happy, especially if the customer or even just the person coming in is not.
Turtle Central, I would say, is the first line of contact for almost everybody that's comes to the Conservancy, and we're able to let them know about the programs, the island, just generate interest and hopefully commitment over the years.
One of the main factors is the fact that we're a nonprofit. Proceeds are going towards the conservation of the island and the various programs that we do here.
And almost every customer that walks out of the store when I leave, especially if it's kids, I'll say, your purchases help the sea turtles today, so that they know that their money is going to a good place.
I wish more people knew that there are just so many moving parts to allow the Conservancy to be what we are.
Something that we're working on making sure that more people know about the Conservancy is that we're so much more than just a sea turtle organization. We do a lot of other science work and a lot of other conservation work, which is really important to the long-term longevity of this island.
We do a lot of things that a lot of people really just have no idea about. We do citizen science projects. We do volunteer efforts, do oyster rehabilitation sites. We do a lot.
Sea turtle protection program here at the Conservancy really has a large effort in protecting and conserving the part of the loggerhead sea turtle population on the eastern seaboard.
Whenever a mother comes up to nest, we wait for the right moment, but then once she starts nesting, we'll measure her carapace and we'll give her a tag if she doesn't have one.
And then we're patrolling back and forth all night long until we see a turtle. Once she finds her place, that's when we jump into action and we try to identify her by looking at her tags, scanning for a pit tag, and then we're on repeat the rest of the night until the sun rises.
I don't know, whenever we're out with the turtle and she's nesting, especially like when she's starting to cover and like going back to the water, I just find myself staring and I'm just like, I can't stop. And I could see hundreds of thousands of sea turtles and I feel like it's just gonna feel the same way. Being nocturnal is interesting. I did not think I would enjoy it as much as I have. You miss out on a lot, but I think what we do at night makes up for it, and seeing the sea turtles makes up for it.
Working with sea turtles is not only important for sea turtles themselves, but it's rather important for our entire coastal ecosystem. Just by the protection that we are doing on a nightly basis over the cages and trying to increase their population and make it a healthier population, by doing that, we are also increasing the health of the overall coastal ecosystem.
I'm a different person than when I came in. It was 3 months ago, but I'm a different person with different aspects on life, with different plans. I'm happy with that, and I don't think it would have happened if I didn't come here.
You can tell she's been laying on the bottom for a really long time because algae wasn't here the first time we saw her. So it's all just grown from sitting on the bottom, regenerating the eggs in between each nest. So tonight we have Scarlet in our corral, and we're applying a satellite tag to her carapace, and this is in collaboration with Florida Fish and Wildlife and specifically Dr. Simona Ceriani. So Scarlet was satellite tagged in 2017, so we're tagging her again to see if she's going back to the same areas. And so this is just very important to better understand not only the loggerhead migration patterns, but other sea turtle species migration patterns as well. Did you know you're beautiful? Did you know that?
Pretty exciting because this is the same turtle that I saw as my first turtle, and also it's special to me knowing that I might be able to have access to the information to know where she goes after the summer, because I feel like I do feel an attachment to her, having her be my first turtle. It's seeing a mama sea turtle lay her nest is like the closest thing to magic that you get like in the natural world, I feel like.
I get so many times people thank us for what we do, but thank everybody for supporting us. We can't do what we do without people that believe in our mission, and that's really what's so valuable. It's not just keep doing what we're doing, but to do better and cooler things for the future.
So I think it's really important to support the Conservancy, especially for people who love Bald Head Island, because we are so instrumental in a variety of different things that we help protect here on the island.
You can always volunteer with us, or you can become an intern here at the Conservancy, and that's one way to get hands-on and help us directly.
And we can reach an audience of all generations, which is really awesome. We get to inspire the next generation as well.
This is a wonderful organization. It has truly dedicated people, and we are going to do our darndest to do right.
And everything done here is done with such love and such passion and such enthusiasm for the environment that I think it's one of the best places you could support.